Pokemon card artwork is peaking right now, and the latest release, Twilight Masquerade, keeps raising the bar. The level of detail in each illustration is incredible. I mean, just look at it. Oh, I like this card. This one is Phantom by Katsunari Sato. This is a return artist from Temporal Forces who's got like a really nice watercolor vintage style. I was really hoping to see another card from them in this set. I think I know a guy's going to be pretty happy when he sees that card. Slugma by Gapao. So this Gapao is another debut artist in Temporal Forces. They've actually got a few cards in this set, but I feel like the Slugma, that Slugma is their best from the set. Swirlix. Tadbulb by Nishimono. Ballybolt. I like this one. This one's by Minanakai. Snorlax and some Gen 1 love. Lana's Aid. Put up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon that don't have a rule box and basic energy cards from your discard into your hand. This could kind of be good in single prize decks now that Clara's rotated out. Floette by Mingo. This is a really nice card. We'll wait till we get to the regular art, not the reverse holo. And all right, there we go. We got an SR to kick the whole thing off, or a UR. When it comes to ultra rare EX Terra cards, I feel like Pokemon have done a pretty good job. The silver always seems to work really nicely, and when you look at it under a certain light, you get this really cool rainbow effect on the holo too. I've seen a few people say that Ogerpon is a little bit too tiny compared to the mask, and while I kind of get it, I think it's the desired effect. It does a pretty good job of showing all the different jewels and colors of each of the different Ogerpon masks. So these are pretty nice. I don't mind them. I feel like that always happens when I open up English sets. I get a decent chase hit or a decent box hit within the first pack or something. We got Glimmet by Miki Tanaka. Lampent, this one is by Rond. I'm really liking that we're getting a lot of cards from Rond. They were a runner-up in the 2022 illustration contest. I just really like how warm and fuzzy this Lampent feels. It's just, I don't know, it just really nails the vibe. We got a Poltergeist. Ducklet, this one's nice. Shibuzo, I know they got 2 new cards in this set. Cook, don't ask me what the Japanese name for Cook is. Clefable, that's a really nice card. I like that a lot. Tatsugiri by Jerky. This card is actually really, really solid. It's going to be a very prominent card in the TCG. The illustration rare of this is actually sick too. Dracaloak, that's actually a very, very good hit. Dragapult EX is going to be a really strong deck moving into the new format because Dracaloak, part of the Evo line, and the ability Recon Directive let you look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one into your hand once per turn. So having a strong engine as part of the evolution line for Dragapult EX, which swings hard and spreads damage on the board, that was a very, very powerful asset. Torkoal and Enamorous. I despise this Pokemon, but I can't deny that's a nice illustration by Dom. Even as someone who's playing a lot, it's really difficult to keep up with all the new cards as they release and just like stay on top of them. But as I see the cards, I remember which ones are actually going to be decent from the set. This is a really, really nice Leafeon. I remember when I was opening up the Japanese set, Crimson Haze. Kuroi Mori. So that is the artist who illustrated the Gardevoir from the English Paldean Fates. This is a really nice illustration. So Leafeon, Evolution fans feasting in this set. Revavroom by Hasunor, that is full on. I've skipped over one there, Rillaboom. And Sunflora by Oinishi. This is a new artist actually. Oinishi's first appearance in the Pokemon card world was part of the Illustration Contest 2022 with their entrance of Bulbasaur. And while they didn't progress further into the competition, they did come back as an artist as part of this set. It reminds me of that old Slowpoke card by Miki Tanaka. It's got really detailed, subtle texture work. The line work is really fine with shadowing around the sides of it. And while the background is a similar color to Sunflora, it provides just enough contrast without making it all blend in. Florges by Ligton. I'm going to come back to this when it's not the reverse holo, when it's just the normal one. And Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. That's a really, really good hit. Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX has an attack Bloodmoon, which hits for 240 damage and costs 5 energy, but the ability Seasoned Skill reduces the energy cost for each prize card your opponent has taken. If that sounds familiar, it's because it functions very similarly to Radiant Charizard, except this is an Irradiant Pokemon. So that means you can play Pokemon like Bloodmoon Ursaluna in your deck and then play any other Radiant without being limited to just playing Radiant Charizard if you're looking for low energy cost revenge attacker. That's why it's going to be such a strong card. And I think we're going to see a lot of it in Lugia decks. It's hard to give every card their flowers as I see them. I feel like we wouldn't really get through the pack opening if I did that. Ninetales by Keiichiro Ito. I don't know if you guys know who that artist is. They've drawn a pretty famous card. This is a Mulga. Good to see Shimada Tsukuchi return. They did illustrate the Ekans in the last set. And this is really similar to their personal fan art that they upload on their Twitter. I like this actually a little bit more than the Ekans. So that's a really nice Mulga. That's a really nice Frogadier. This set is actually, yeah, a lot of the illustrations in this set are really good. It feels like every card you're getting kind of blown away. Dusuke, they were the artists that drew that Scyther. This is a really nice Farigiraf. Jamming Tower. This stadium's actually not going to be too bad. So if you pull those, hold onto them. Glaceon, like, Jesus Christ. This one's by Rika. Glaceon and Leafeon actually feasted in this set. Heliolisk. Aron by Gapao. There's the other Gapao card. and Teal Mask Ogerpon. Sword and Shield era sets kind of started off a little bit slow with the illustrations, but as we got to like that midway point, they really fired up. And I feel like Scarlet and Violet is doing the same kind of thing. Spinarak, where is the Pokeball? Is that the Pokeball? I feel like that's not it. We're moving on. Hisuian Growler, this one is by Whisker. I still can't find anything about this artist online. They made their debut in Pokemon 151 with that Psyduck illustration rare, but after that, radio silence. I think this is the first card they've drawn since then, so looks like they're back into the rotation, or they're in the rotation now. Handheld Fan. Morpeko, Conkeldurr, Chansey. They've got a really nice illustration rare in this set. Slurpuff, and Walking Wake by Kaoyo, one of my favorite artists. There are a couple of really good EX cards in this set. Hopefully we can see a couple of those. Ilmice, this one is by Orca, and I like this card because it connects with the Volbeat in a really, really cute way. So hopefully we can pull that and I can show that off to you guys. I feel like we will. Applin by Teiziro. Dude is illustrating some of the best cards this year. Nosepass, Akira Egawa. Holucha, Diplin by Subalteri. So they were a return artist from Temporal Forces. They're relatively new. I like this one a lot. I like how the apples and like Diplin kind of glow. There's like a really thick black outline and then like it's kind of light around the edge of it. It really just makes it pop out of the card. And you can tell that they're at the festival and the light is shining off of these. So that's quite cool. Kilowatt Troll, and it's like a dynamic. Sandslash, Trevenant, I like this one. Oswaldo Kato. Slugma, I love this one a lot. And a Heatran, this one is by Akira Egawa as well. Still haven't seen an illustration rare. All the illustration rares from this set are really cool too. I think out of all of them, I probably want to see the Chansey and the Tatsugiri. Those are probably the two I'm after the most. Although, I can't remember the name. I didn't finish Indigo Discs, I'm stupid. But the monkeys have nice cards too. This is a really nice Apom though. This one is by Mugi Hamada. I'm an absolute sucker for this watercolor style, especially when the background has such a broad spectrum of colors used in it. I had a look at Mugi Hamada's Twitter, and they paint these by hand on these really interesting canvas sizes too. They made their debut in the Illustration Contest 2022 with a Bulbasaur entry that actually cracked into the top 100. So no surprise to see him drawing cards now. I just realized I overlooked the Poliwag there, but because it's a common, I think we're gonna see it again. Darumaka by Osare, they're an artist that I really wanted to see another card from. I'm sure you've seen the Tatsugiri illustration rare, which just so happens to be illustrated by Osare as well. Absolutely stunning card. In hand, pops, absolutely explodes with color. Community Center, that one's not too good. Farigiraf, Lucky Helmet, that's a reprint surely. Swirlix, and Froslass. This is really nice actually. Makura Tami. Froslass has a nice illustration rare in this set too, but this is cool. I like this a lot. I feel like we're kind of due a hit. It's been about, 3 or 4 packs. I know hit rates are a contentious point of discussion these days. This is a nice Abra by Karia. Just a real pensive, it's like a pondering Abra sitting there in the field. Snorunt by Mekayu. Chimecho, I like this a lot too. This one is by Moorshaw. That's a cool Chimecho. Lucian, Darmanitan, Okubol drew that one. Leafeon, Sinistra, Kogi Saito. Again, look, Kogi Saito, he's got so many new cards in this set. My favorite, it's my king. Sandslash, and looks like we got another Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. No, that's different to the one we pulled before. I just think this card looks really cool. Out of all the different masks for Ogerpon, Teal Mask probably got to be my favorite. The attack Myriad Leaf Shower does 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon, and the ability Teal Dance lets you attach a grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon and then draw a card. So you try to accelerate energy onto Teal Mask Ogerpon with cards like Gardenia's Vigor, Teal Dance, the ability, and attaching from your hand. Put as much grass on it as you can and swing for more damage. I feel like I haven't seen any Dreepy yet. I don't think I've seen any Dreepy, so I'm going to be hitting some of those common Dreepy. Helioptile. Grookey. This one is by Tomomi Ozaki. So they're back, and they're back with what's going to be my favorite Grookey card. I don't know what it is about the blue sky in the background of this one, but it just fits so well with all the different shades of green and then Grookey right in the center. Really nice Grookey. Finizen. Caretaker. The old man. Brute Bonnet. This one is by Dunchia. I'm pretty sure they're a new artist as well. They don't share too much of their work online, but what they have shared is of dramatically varying styles. I just love how much detail they've thrown into this card. You can see the poison spores floating through the air. The atmosphere feels poisonous and heavy itself with all the dark green and teal hues throughout. It's a very, very strong card. I think a special art by this artist would look fantastic. It's a really cool Brute Bonnet and an excellent debut card. Enhanced Hammer. This is actually really decent. This discards a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon, so it's going to be great for getting rid of Mist energy, and it's going to be very strong going into Lugia decks. Pretty good going up against Lugia V-Star decks. Kilowatt Troll, Scolipede, Jinx. This one's quite nice. Hey, it's another Gapao card. See, I told you they had a few in this set. And Infernape. Very striking style that takes me back to the world of Zelda. If you watched the last video, you'd know that's because it's by Takumi Wada, who worked very closely on the Zelda series in the 2010s. We're definitely due an Illustrator Rare. It's been way too long. We haven't seen one yet. Whirlipede, Crawdont, Farfetch'd, Swanna. This is really nice by Susumu. Yeah, I love the lily pads on this. It just goes really nice against the river there. Just a real nice contrast between Swanna and the river. That's really good. It's beautiful. Glamora, there's another new artist. Loving the blue and purple contrast here of this Glamora by Kazumasa Yasukuni. A very Metroid-inspired illustration, probably because they're a very big Metroid fan if their Twitter timeline is anything to go by. A ton of fan art. This is going to be the third artist today who I've mentioned made their debut in the Illustration Contest 2022 with an entry of Bulbasaur. This one cracked into the top 100, so no surprise to see them illustrating cards now. Making me want to go finish Metroid Dread. It is still in my backlog. Snorlax, Ariados, Farigiraf, and Monkey Dory. This is actually a good card. The ability Adrena Brain lets you move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon if Monkey Dory has a dark energy attached. You can see why that is such a powerful ability. I try not to pay too much attention to like the nerfed hit rates discussion, but damn it. I'm feeling like I'm getting hung out to dry here. No illustration rare yet. I'm sure we'll see one in a second. Poltergeist. Glalie, that's a very realistic, actually kind of scary Glalie. Those teeth always freak me out. Ogre's Mask. Okay, so you need this if you're going to try and run an Ogerpon deck because it's the item that lets you get those Ogerpon EX onto the field pretty quickly. Probopass, Helioptile, Chimchar, and Iron Leaves. I think pretty much every Pokemon card can universally agree that when Mitsuhiro Arata is drawing cards for the TCG, we're in a pretty good space. All right, at this point, we just really need to see an Illustrator Rare to just like, you know, break things up a little bit. Keep you guys going. Kadabra. I like this card a lot. It's by Uninori. I'm loving everything that they're bringing to the table this year. In fact, they could be my favorite artist of this new block so far. That style is so reminiscent of early Ken Sugimori. It's perfect, but it's got this modern, unique twist to it as well. Hoping to see a lot more from them for the rest of the year. Takumi Wada. I didn't know that they drew the Luxio, so there's Takumi Wada again, this time with just an uncommon. Tan Growth by Lin. This is so nice. Very, very cool card. That's beautiful. Lin is back again. See, I told you, there's so many returning artists in this set. Carmine, Heracross, Toshina Aoki. Beautiful card by Toshina Aoki. This is a beautiful pack. Venipede by Komiya. Komiya is back, and this is an absolute heater. You cannot go past a Tomokazu Komiya card. This is so cool. I picked up a lot of Komiya cards in Japan. I still haven't shown you guys those yet. Oh, but man, that is a banger. Palisand, Arcanine, that's nice, by Shia Nanahara. That's probably why. Every card that Shia Nanahara illustrates just feels so thick and dense. It's kind of hard to explain, but it really feels like it consumes you. Surely we're due an Illustrator Rare. Ninetales by Keiichiro Ito. This is the artist, if you hadn't figured it out yet, that drew the Umbreon VMAX alternate art that everybody loves from Evolving Skies. Emolga, Frogadier, I love that card. Heracross, this one's so good. Love Ball, it's not that good of a card. Glamora, bang. Dipplin, come on. Nope, not yet, but this is nice. Cramorant by okJLUV. I don't know why, but when I first saw this card, it just felt like okJLUV was always meant to illustrate a Cramorant card. It just feels so right. okJLUV Cramorant, beautiful. And Hassel, full art by Gosan. So not the trainer you want to hit. I actually don't know what the trainer you want to hit from this set actually is. What is it? You know what? I shouldn't even dismiss it. You can use this card only if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck and put up to 3 of them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. It's not great, but it is what it is. You can't always get banger full art trainers, but you can try. Where are the Illustrator Rares at? Come on, bro. Venipede, Chansey, Dracloak. We got 2 out of the 4 that we need, so that's pretty good. Poliwhirl. The whole Poly family in this set actually feasted. This is a beautiful Poliwhirl. Hopefully I can hit the Poliwag again and then whack you with the Poliwrath. You can see all 3 cards look fantastic, but this is really nice. okJLUV. But one of okJLUV's best cards too. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Palafin. Okay, interesting thing about this is it's the first Zero Form Palafin card. There you go. I hate Palafin. I like Ligton, who drew the card, but I think Palafin is one of the worst Pokemon ever. It's just a dolphin. And the hero form is Abomination. Dipplin and the handheld fan. Volbeat. I'll wait till I get a normal one, not a reverse. Froslass. There's our Illustrator Rare. Very nice. This is easily going to be one of the spookiest Froslass cards ever illustrated. That dark sky, the full moon, that look in their eye, the way they're kind of like creeping into the room. It's very, very ominous. According to Bulbapedia, there's a legend that Froslass will place curses on any men that misbehave, and that they can be formed when the spirit and lingering regrets of a woman who was lost in the mountain possess an icicle. And I feel like when I look at this card, I'm definitely Definitely getting that vibe. It is creepy. I'm starting to doubt if this set even has Dreepy in it. I feel like it has to. It only makes sense for them to all be in there so that you can actually build a deck. Nose Pass. Seeking. That's nice by Gemi. It's a beautiful card. Ariados. I'm pretty sure Gemi illustrated the Dragonair from Pokemon 151. The Illustrator Rare. Slurpuff. I feel like we've seen that 3 times. Mingo. I love their art style. It's so vibrant. It's so poppy. It just feels so alive. They illustrated the Rabscar from the last set, Temporal Forces. So that's a heater. Heatran. Illustrator Rare. I don't know why I said that. And Alakazam. This is a nice card. This is easily going to be the best rare holographic from this set. I love the burnt burgundy, the saturation of those leaves and the trees, the pitch black night sky. It's just such a strong, vibrant, striking Alakazam. It is stunning. This is going to annoy me for the rest of the opening if I don't see a Dreepy, because I don't know what set the Dreepy is from. Shinx by Unishida. Clefairy. It's a really nice Clefairy. Very good Clefairy. Varoom. Rillaboom by Toriyufu. This is a style that reminds me very heavily of Kawayo. A lot of detail in the illustration. Toriyufu actually illustrates a lot of Digimon cards too, so I think we're going to see a lot more of them this year. A full card in that style is going to bang. It reminds me of Kawayo and Nagimiso, those Sun and Moon era alternate arts that just slapped. Whirlipede. Clefairy. What do we got here? Ooh, Iron Thorns EX. This is actually decent. So you're primarily playing this one for the ability Initialization, which functions a little bit like Path to the Peak. When Iron Thorns EX is in the active position, Pokemon with a rule box in play have no abilities except for future Pokemon. So you can kind of use this to slow down your opponent while you build up your board in the early stages of the game. I feel like we're due another, what do we do? I don't even know what we're due actually. Volbeat. Okay. Now I can show you the cool thing. You put these cards next to each other and you can see that they're forming one single illustration, which is always pretty cool. Now, unless you collect Japanese cards, you probably haven't seen the debut card by this artist, Orca. It was a Bulbasaur. You could only get it in like a deck set in Japan, and it's an Illustrator Rare that we still haven't seen in English, so still exclusive to Japan. I feel like it's only a matter of time until we see that Bulbasaur. This is a really nice Goldeen, actually. It's by Sino Misaki. You gotta admit, like that's a full-on Goldeen, and I feel like out of Gen 1 Pokemon, Goldeen is my least favorite. Okay, good. So there are Dreepy in this set. I'm not going insane. There's the Dreepy. It's by Scav. One of the 4, so hopefully we get a few more. Sandygast. I was hoping to see this card. So every card created by Asako Ito is of a real crochet created Pokemon, which absolutely blew my mind when I found out, because the level of detail required to create a Pokemon card is extremely high. To nail that level of detail while crocheting a Pokemon, not just one, but like multiple over the years, is incredible. Think about it though. Can you imagine how hard it would be to like knit a Pokemon? And like, not just like one Pokemon, but like many Pokemon? I don't know, when I worked it out the other day and it like blew my mind. Snorunt, Chimecho, Militich, Taidarkatsu, that's a nice card. Perrin. Oh yeah, there's a Perrin. Yeah, you want to be hitting the Perrin. Yeah, out of all the SARs, the trainer ones, it's the Perrin that you want to be hitting. That is a nice card, the Perrin. Lana's-Aid. Oh, Lana's-Aid has there's a nice SAR Lana as well. What am I talking about? Man, I whiffed hard on on the full art trainers. Iron Bundle and Ting Lu. Halfway point, we got 6 hits. 2 of them are normal EX. One of them is an Illustrator Rare. We got a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, so a Terra. We got a UR, SAR, SR, a special shiny, and a full art. I feel like there's like maybe 5 to 7 more hits left. Hopefully we're on the luckiest side of things here. We want to see a couple more Dreepy. We want to see a couple more Dracoloak. We want to kind of get to a play set out of one box. That's always the goal. Crawdont, Farfetch'd. Cramorant, nice Cramorant by okJLUV. Like that card a lot. Kieran, I feel like this is kind of decent. When you play Kieran, you only get to pick one of these, but you can switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, or the turn that you play it, you can do 30 more damage to your opponent's active EX or V Pokemon. So that's a pretty flexible, decent card. Sunflora, Mightyena, Poliwag. I'm going to wait for a comment, not the reverse holo, before I talk about it. And Okidogi. We still haven't actually seen a Ace spec, and I know there are a couple of new Ace spec in this set too. If I pull an Ace spec now, you guys are going to be like, oh, he's rigged it. I feel like we're past that. I feel like we're past that kind of stuff. Glalie, Kilowattrel. There was a nice card there. It was a Vulpix by Soso, and I kind of just overlooked it while I was yapping. Skarmory. And Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX. That is a good hit. So while you'll likely see this in traditional Ogerpon decks with the other masked Ogerpon EX cards, I think you're going to see it a lot more often in Lugia decks. That's because the first attack sub for 1 energy basically locks your opponent's Pokemon in the active. They cannot retreat it, so they have to use a card like Switch. And of course, the Ogerpon Terra cards just look really nice. I think the style lends very, very kindly to Ogerpon's masks and the jewels, the sparkle effect. I feel like as someone who's supposed to be going to NAIC and playing when this set is legal, so when these decks first are playable in an actual big tournament, I probably should know a little bit more than just, I heard it was good, so hold on to it. I'm gonna sort that out after this video and actually check out what it's supposed to do. Unfair Stamp, the Ace spec, that is the Ace spec you want to be hitting from this set. You can only use this card if one of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. You draw 5 and they draw 2. So this is kind of like Roxanne, but at any point of the game. Of course, your opponent has to have knocked out one of your Pokemon on the previous turn, but it's a great way to just slow your opponent down the very, very early stages of the game. And then you can even hit them with the Roxanne later on. I feel like we're due another Illustrator Rare. You know, 1 every 20 packs. Seems reasonable. Phantom, Slugma, love that card. Applin, Brute Bonnet, like that card. Community Center. Iron Bundle, this one's actually pretty good. Nakimizo, nice looking card. Morpeko, Abra, Chandelure. It's crazy how sometimes common cards can feel very rare, especially when you want one specific common card. Like I've got a lot of Venipede, but I've only got 1 Dreepy. There's a Draclo, so that's pretty good. I didn't realize it was a common, so it shouldn't be too hard to find if you open enough packs. Poliwhirl, we just need to get the Dreepies. Chi-Yu by Oku, that's the artist that drew the Sizor Illustrator Rare. That was a very iconic card from last year. Very striking, got me straight away. The Lucky Helmet, Mightyena, Sunken, Snorunt. We got something here. It is just goddamn enamorous. All right, so I got 3 Dracloak, but 1 Dreepy. I'm sure I can get, can I just go for a big Dreepy run at the end of this vid? Poochyena, Flabebe, Probopass, Okuball, that's a nice card. Love Ball, Scolipede, Shibuya drew that one. Applin, Nosepass, different Nosepass. No, Nosepass and Probopass are different Pokemon. If you know, you know, okay? Big cold spell here. It's freezing this time of the year. Tangela, Yoriyuki Higami. I feel like they're always drawing exclusively grass type Pokemon, but I actually did a little bit more digging recently. I've seen they've got a variety of works online across many, many different mediums. So always cool to see a card from them. It's a nice Tangela. I like that stuff a lot. Shinx, Clefairy, Varoom, if you know, you know. Iron Bundle, Festival Ground, kind of interesting card. Looks cool too. Florges by Ligton. Ligton, they have been very busy the last year, contributing to a number of works like Project Voltage, the Hatsune Miku X Pokemon campaign, Glorious Day. They worked on Chainsaw Man, and they created this very, very intense scene from Jujutsu Kaisen. So always good to see a card from Ligton, but a totally understandable absence. Hopefully we get another Ligton Illustrator Rare or a special illustration rare in the next couple of months for the rest of the year. I'd like to see another one. I like Ligton a lot. Chimcho and Alakazam. I like this card. English boxes, they're a bit funky these days. They can be absolutely full of hits or they can go very cold on you. But I feel like if you just go into them with like an open mind and like you're kind of opening for different reasons. I feel like the more reasons you're opening up an English booster box, the better. This is a nice card by Tetsukayama. I feel like they haven't really gotten their flowers yet. They did illustrate the Salvatore SAR, which is a very striking, very interesting card. But because it's not a Pokemon yet, I feel like the whole world hasn't really noticed them yet. I'm looking forward to their inevitable Pokemon SAR. We got a Belly Bolts, the Flutes, Boomerang Energy. Hold on to those. Excuse me, feeling like a Snorlax here. What a pig. Snorlax. Timber. Okay, this is nice. This is very nice. Yuriko Akase with the illustration rare that I didn't know that I needed of a Pokemon that I'd kind of forgotten about. Timber. Absolutely fantastic card. It's got such a strong manga style. There's so much detail no matter where you look here. And that manga vibe is probably because Yuriko Akase is a mangaka, having created Nightmare Busters and Sazan and Comic Girl. I've never heard of these before, but I'm very inclined to check them out given how cool this card is. I didn't even know that this card existed, but it's easily going to be my favorite illustration so far this year. I'm not going to complain about Illustrator Rares anymore. Can't get over how good that Timber was. We got Volbeat, Luxio, Goldeen, really nice card. Very colorful. Dreepy, there's 2. Can we get another 2? Belly Bolt, Hassel, Poliwrath. I told you, all the polys in this set, absolute heaters. Nisota Niso with a wicked Poliwrath. Mulga, Crawdont, And Sinister EX. I didn't even know this was a card. The first attack, Rebrew, is not very good. And the second attack, Matcha Splash, only does 120 damage. So even if you're two-shotting Pokemon, it's not really enough to one-hit anything. It will not one-hit a Charizard EX. So this card, unfortunately, is not good. I'm not going to pressure you guys into start playing, but I'm telling you, when you start playing, you get more satisfaction out of a box because there's more things that you're looking for. Okay, here we go. Poliwag by Kedamawa Daitai Yawarakai. It's another card with a watercolor style that looks like it was painted on a canvas. And it's another artist that I think is going to blow us away when they inevitably get a special art rare. Just love how pensive this Poliwag is. Like, he is pondering. He is deep in thought. What is bro thinking about? What's he thinking about? It's going to be okay, Poliwag. We're all going to make it, dude. We're all going to make it. Helioptile, Slurpuff, Perrin. I don't know if this is actually good or not. I'm just telling you, the SAR, it's a banger. Militich, Heracross, love this card. Sandygast, and Monkey Dory. So we got two of those. That's pretty good. You probably only need one of those in your deck. Actually, no, I lie. A lot of the league, the City League lists from Japan are showing 4 of. So hold on to your Monkey Dories. That's a nice Feebas. Vulpix by So-So. Good to see him back. Beautiful card. Eevee by Satoma. I'm pretty sure they got an illustrated rare in this set. So Eevee fans are feasting. Bug catching set. Ambipom. Keichorito. Got 2 cards. Caretaker, Finizen, and Infernape. As a player, I feel like you want to be walking away. I don't know why I did that. Well, I've done it, so we can't take it back now. Okay, great. Nothing missed. Nothing major. I don't know why I did that. As a player, I feel like you want to be walking away with like Unfair Stamp or Reset Stamp. No, Unfair Stamp. Dragapult EX or the Terra Greninja EX. I think because I've already pulled 2 Terra cards, I'm not going to pull the Greninja, but who knows. Aggron by Dusuke. They got 2 cards. Yeah, they got 2 cards in this set. They got the Farigiraf and the Aggron. Cook. Don't ask me what that means in Japanese. Clefable, Puccina, Vulpix, Froslass. Last 5 packs. Getting a little bit tense. I know we're due another couple of hits. I don't think we'll get an alternate art or a special illustration rare. That's what they call them these days. I don't think we're going to get a special illustration rare, but could happen. Ducklet, nice. Tatsugiri, nice. Farigiraf, there's the other Dusuke card. Rhyfort, Leafeon, Frogadier, beautiful card. Oh, we got another one. Oh, it's Greninja, isn't it? Oh, debated. Cornerstone Ogerpon EX. We got that one technically. Then we got super debated there. Well, the other one looks better because it's all silver and sparkly, but I got 2 of them. Damn, I got debated hard. Could be done for. I feel like because I got 3 Terra EX cards, that's it. Like, it's the end of the road. I'm going to get punished. I'm not going to see another EX card. I just really want to see just one Dragapult. Surely. Jamming Tower, good. Really need those Dragapults though. You wouldn't get 2 Dragapult EX from a box, would you? You wouldn't even get 1. I'm a firm believer. If you don't have belief in this world, it's just hard to go on. Is that the first Monferno we've seen? I feel like it has to be. It's a nice Monferno by Scav. Like that card. Dipplin. Chiyu. Lucky Helmet. Come on, that's me. Tangela. Lampent. Not to be. We got 2 more packs. Surely another Illustrator rare. I feel like when Scarlet Violet came out, we were getting like 3 a box. Now, it's like you're lucky to get 2. Flabebe, Timber, Aeron, Glaceon, Bang card, Dipplin, Kilowattrel, Tatsugiri. I feel like I've gotten 5 of those in the last 6 packs. Goldeen, Pheasantipity. All comes down to this last pack. It's going to be a double banger. It's going to be an EX and an Illustrator rare. Look, all things considered, not too bad. Just no Dragapult. It stings. Snorunt. Lairon. It's a nice card. That is by Takashi Shiraishi. This is really good, actually. So this artist actually has 2 cards in this set. The other one being the Fiona Illustrator rare. Both are incredible though. The Lairon, so many different colors in the background here, in the mountains, in front of Lairon, you got the oranges, and Lairon is just so detailed as well. When I was looking at some of the other works by Takashi Shiraishi, I saw that they created a cover to like a mental and physical health magazine. And on their YouTube channel, they've actually got a time lapse of them creating some of their paintings, which is really cool. Glad I finally pulled that so I could talk about them a little bit. All right, we got the Festival Grounds, Glamora, the very nice Poliwrath, loving that whole Evo line. Another Dreepy, so we take that. Didn't get another Illustrator rare, and that's it for the EX. That's a bit rough. So the overall hits for the box were 2 Illustrator rares with the Timber and the Froslass, and I'm really liking that Timber. We had Ironthorns EX, Sinister EX, and Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX for our 3 EX cards. Probably only got 3 because we got 3 Terra. We got Teal Mask, Cornerstone Mask, and Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX. Our Ace spec was Unfair Stamp. That's a pretty good one to get. Cornerstone Mask, Ogerpon EX, Ultra Rare SR, I don't even know anymore, and a Full Art Hassel. So 11 hits, but hey, I couldn't have done this video with the help of the Pokemon Company International. Thank you so much for gifting us this box. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to subscribe on the way out. Until next time, guys, take care of yourself. Peace out.